Just basically saying, yeah, we did it, just keep your fucking mouth shut.
Yeah, 100%. How mad would that be? I'm loving it.
You photoshopping, blah, 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 blah. Suck him up, I was fucking... Yeah.
There's a page. Go check it out. He tells me a wild card. Hello, how are we all doing? And welcome back to another episode of Mr. Mysteries in Black and White. Hope everyone is well. And Josh, how are you, my friend?
Yeah, not too bad, my friend, not too bad. How about you?
Yeah, all right. It's getting bloody cold now.
Yeah, it's starting to get a bit nippy.
Yeah, but no, I hope everyone is doing fantastic. I did have a question for you, but I completely forgot it. So we'll just skip that entirely. Yeah. It might come back to me as we go.
Halfway through it.
Yeah, get into right deep.
Hang on a minute.
How many bits of Lego you stick up your bum? But no, as you can see from the title of this episode, we are going pretty much back in time for us.
Yeah.
From technically our third episode.
Yeah.
Because we had the introduction, then we had Bigfoot.
And
then this. And I must say, because this is your bread and butter.
yeah.
As bad as that
Yeah,
sounds.
yeah.
But yeah.
It's the one that kick-started it all for me.
Yeah.
It was the first one that I looked at and was like, bollocks.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the one, like, I'd say your expertise.
Yeah.
You know, where most of your research has lied. And that is the tragic event of 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say this was... I feel like we were like children back then. And when I listen, I haven't listened to it ages, but
you could tell we're new to it.
Yeah. Not like now, like it's just
flows naturally.
Yeah,
we were still a bit, proper humming and hawing and just doing not weird shit, but like we just weren't comfortable at all.
No, we were very tense.
Yeah,
very tense. So so this is pretty much like a recap.
No, not really. It's like
okay, I'll fuck myself then.
Well, yes and no. Like, obviously, the first episode I talked about the attack itself and all the problems with that. This one's mainly going to be about the stuff beforehand and after it as well.
Okay, yeah. So might as well not waste any more time. I hope everyone, if you're going on a run or exercise or what have you, hope you get hitting your targets. Or if you're just sitting in the bath buttering yourself up with crumpets. I hope
the bath?
Yeah, why not?
Fair enough.
It's probably the best place to do it because you can just wash yourself off.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So if you're just sitting there pulling crumpet bits out of your toes, hope you're having fun. Hope it's going well. But yeah, get yourself something nice to eat and drink. Sit back, relax, and listen to my man's dulcet tones as he talks about the tragedies, befores and afters of 9/11. Josh, take it a fucking way, my friend.
So for 24 years,
I've just got to say, I'll proper big you.
You really do, yeah.
You do fuck all to me. You just go, Ed, go on, mate. Like, cheers. Well, I'm like, yeah, listen to my man's sexy ass voice. He's jazzed like Ray Charles, fucking Ozzy Osbourne like voice.
You're two opposite ends of the spectrum, Ray Charles and Ozzy Osbourne.
There you know. As he serenades you with the absolute tragedies or whatever. And I'll just get, take it away, Ed.
All right, next time, I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. I don't even know what I'm doing next time.
So, for 24 years, the US government has made the population believe that a group of Al-Qaeda terrorists, many of whom were known to the US Intel Service, managed to evade capture for years as they planned and committed the biggest terror attack in history. Despite information from every corner involved in this attack, the government claimed that they failed because they just simply did not have enough intelligence that they needed. Many people have come forward to say that this is a lie, including CIA officers, FBI agents, and even family members of the victims. So, obviously, like I said, I've mentioned him before and after the attack, so obviously I'll start with before. So during the war in Afghanistan, against the Soviet Union, one name stood out above all, and that was Osama bin Laden, who we've mentioned before. He was obviously a fucking general in the Afghan army and all of that, and
he was like an ally to the US.
Yeah. Well, after the war, he returned to his home of Saudi Arabia, but was eventually exiled to Sudan after he became open and critical about Saudi Arabia's connections to the US. In 1996, he returned to Afghanistan and declared war on the United States. Since then, the US has been repeatedly attacked in the region. In 1999, there was a CIA unit called Alex Station, whose sole purpose was to do with bin Laden, and it was created after the World Trade Center bombing in 1993, which was ran by a man called Mike Shower. Shower had sent a letter to the chief of station in Saudi Arabia, called John Brennan, asking for any details they have on bin Laden.
Brennan? No, it's Brenner. I was going to say hit the doctor.
Yeah.
Which I must say, right?
Yeah.
I hope everyone, if you like Stranger Things, has seen or started seeing the new season.
Yeah.
Because, oh my fucking God.
Banging.
It is absolutely banging. I cannot wait to see what they do.
Yeah.
Next. Why they haven't left it for so long, I don't know. And if I ever meet the Duffer Brothers, I'm headbutting them. But at the same time, I'll kiss them on their cheeks.
Yeah.
Don't know which cheeks yet. Because they made a fantastic series. But fuck you for making us
wait so long. You know what you're doing, you crafty bastards.
Hashtag bring back Eddie Munson. Starting it here. So on this episode, like when you release it, you got to put it down. Hashtag bring back Eddie Munson.
All right, then. All right.
That's a bit rum, really.
Yeah. 9/11. Bring back Eddie Munson.
Hellfire done 9/11.
Fuck me.
As you are, Josh. As you are.
So Shoyer sent a letter to the chief of station in Saudi Arabia called John Brennan, asking for any details they have on bin Laden so that they could begin to build a case, to which they was ignored at every turn. In fact, John Brennan instead sent a letter to the CIA director, who in turn contacted Shoyer, stating, "Do not send Brennan any more messages."
Oh, is he wrong?
Well, no, not really. He was just like, tell these lot to piss off.
Oh, right.
Well, at the same time, the CIA's counter-terrorism unit started developing a plan to actually capture bin Laden at a place called Tarnak Farms. The plan was finalised and rehearsed twice in 1997. The Attorney General of the US, the FBI Director, and even the Pentagon... Damn!
Sorry, that was a good one, wasn't it?
Damn!
Oh,
that came from the depths.
That came from the abyss.
That was mad.
Oh, I apologise if I've just made someone shit themselves. God, that came from my soul.
Jesus, you've been holding that in since 2003.
Yeah. It was all the dust falling from the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
I should not have said that. That is horrible. That's horrible. I was 6 years old. I didn't even know what was going on.
No.
I thought, well, Bob the Builder will fix that. At that age. Carry on, John. Sorry about that.
Yeah, the Attorney General of the US, the FBI Director, and even the Pentagon was all briefed on the plan and fully supported it. However, just a week later, the operation had been suspended by the Clinton administration, who was obviously in presidency at the time.
Cunt.
Yeah. A clear pattern then began to emerge. Whenever there was a chance to capture or kill bin Laden, the Clinton administration chose not to do it.
Prick.
Yeah. For example, there was another plan to capture him, and a few days after they were supposed to do it, Al-Qaeda bombed the American embassies in Kenya and Tanzania. So you've had all these opportunities to do it, and every time it's ended up in an attack. It's just like, are you a dickhead?
Yeah.
Are you a dickhead?
Yeah, are you just going to sit by and let
this happen, or are we actually going to get the cunt that's doing it?
Yeah.
In fact, Mike Shoyer states that between 97 and 99, there was at least 10 opportunities to strike, and the Clinton administration turned down every one of them.
Why?
Never explain why.
And the thing is, like, people stood by him.
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking
Yeah.
mad?
On October 12th, 2000, the failure to act on bin Laden finally caught up to the US when a suicide bomber attacked a US destroyer ship called the USS Cole in Yemen, killing 12 people. The US government didn't retaliate as they stated there wasn't enough evidence that this was done by Al-Qaeda.
Well, whoever it was done by, get out of it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, right, I know the man has got his enemies,
Mm.
and people don't like the way he's done things,
Mm.
but that would not stand with Donald
Oh,
Trump.
fuck no. Fuck no.
He would have fucking
Yeah.
got... They wouldn't be... He would have just said, don't even ask me, just get on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like, yeah, Mr. President, so just bring me his fucking head.
Yeah.
It would be like that, though. It took 13 days for Clinton to respond to the embassy. It took just 13 days for Clinton to respond to the embassy bombings in Tanzania and where else was it? Tanzania and Kenya.
Yeah.
However, he didn't respond at all to the USS Cole bombing. And even the Bush administration didn't even respond to the US Cole attack. In fact, they claimed by the time the Bush administration got into office, the USS Cole attack had gone stale, despite the fact it only occurred 5 months beforehand.
For fuck's sake.
So already these cunts are just like, nah, can't be asked.
Yeah. I don't want to deal with that
Yeah.
right now.
Before 9/11, the CIA got most of their intelligence about bin Laden from something called the Harder Home Switchboard, which was a hub that bin Laden would use to communicate with his associates.
Yeah.
The FBI got access to this after the 1998 embassy bombings in East Africa. Mm-hmm. A man called Mark Rossini, who worked as an FBI agent and joint terrorism task force representative to Alex Station. He stated that after the 98 bombing, one of the survivors gave an FBI agent a number that they called after the bombing, and it turned out to be the number of the Harder switchboard. The Harder hub was also the home of the father-in-law of Khaled al-Mihdhar, who was one of the American Flight 77 hijackers.
Oh, really?
So already they're starting to put a pattern.
Yeah.
Well, by the end of 99, the CIA learned that Khaled Mihdhar was going to be travelling from there to Dubai to meet the summit. The summit was a meeting of operational Al-Qaeda terrorists from around the globe. The CIA managed to arrange that when he got to Dubai and checked into his hotel room, once he left, the CIA went into his room and took pictures of his passport so that they could photocopy it. Mm-hmm. When they did this and checked his passport, they discovered he had a visa to go to the United States. In a recently released document, the visa was issued to facilitate the operation run by the Saudis and the CIA spying operation about bin Laden.
Right.
The CIA continued to track him to Malaysia, where he met another 9/11 hijacker.
Right, so the plan.
They're
was
doing
already-
something here.
Yeah.
Mark Rosinski writes this report and sends it to the CIA, stating that the FBI should be made aware about this, as obviously they've now got visas to come to the United States.
Yeah.
The CIA then state that it is a CIA matter only, and if they want the FBI to know, they will let them know. So again, you're already...
It's sort of pissing contest.
Yeah. The CIA continued to track the two terrorists all the way to California, but still didn't alert the FBI. The reason they kept this hidden is because in a recently released court filing, the former White House counterterrorism czar, Richard Clarke, told government investigators that the CIA wanted to recruit them both in a false flag operation to convince them that they was on their side so that they could track Al-Qaeda's movements from within.
Right.
However, the CIA chief refused this matter and later was told by the 9/11 Commission Director Philip Zelikow, on the orders of the National Security Advisor Condoleezza Rice, to block the commission's investigation into this to prevent damage to the Bush administration.
Right, so they're just covering their ass.
Yeah, it's like, just don't mention this. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It never happened. So again, already, with all of this, and then everything I've mentioned in the last episode, how can you believe the official story? Seriously, how?
Yeah, there's so many plot holes.
Yeah. In fact, the official 9/11 Commission report doesn't even mention that the CIA tried to recruit the hijackers.
Oh, what, make them double agents?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't even mention that they tried that.
Honestly, there's more plot holes in this than there was in Amityville Scarecrow. And you could see one of the dead bodies fucking breathing.
Breathing and blinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't watched anime, I can't talk to that. I'm having a stroke.
Scarecrow.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that, go watch it and you'll understand what we mean.
So bad.
Well, throughout the whole report after the 9/11, the Bush administration claimed that they didn't know anything prior to the attacks. Okay? Well, this was obviously a lie because they had a lot of intelligence on bin Laden and his plans. For instance, on August 6th, 2001, in the presidential daily briefing, the title of the briefing was literally Bin Laden determined to strike the US. But again, they didn't know nothing. It stated Al-Qaeda members, including some who were US citizens, have resided in or travelled to the US for years, and the group apparently maintains a support structure that could aid attacks. But again, they didn't know nothing. It also stated that the FBI information since that time indicates patterns of suspicious activity in this country consistent with preparations for hijackings and other types of attacks. But again, they didn't know anything. In this daily briefing alone, bin Laden was mentioned 40 times.
But they didn't know who he was.
No. The CIA...
I'll tell you what would have solved this. Was it last week, week before? I watched a film. It's called Unthinkable.
Mm-hmm.
It's got Samuel L. Jackson.
Right.
And it's about this terrorist played by Michael Sheen.
Yeah. Of all the people to play terrorist.
Yeah, he was an American.
Yeah.
But he turned to Al-Qaeda and became Muslim in that. And they got him.
Mm-hmm.
And Samuel L. Jackson plays an interrogator.
Right.
Well, torturer.
Yeah.
And he's just pretty much torturing
Fucking him up, yeah.
Yeah, because this terrorist has planted 3 bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Or what they think is 3 bombs. And he's trying to get it
out where they are.
Yeah,
and shit, yeah.
And the FBI they're saying, this is barbaric, you can't be doing this. And it escalates and everything. It turns out there's 4 bombs.
All right.
Because Samuel L. Jackson knew all along that his character, and he said, because how many pounds of plutonium or whatever, what was missing.
Yeah.
And it was like, do you not know how to count? If you had it all, because it was 18 pounds.
Yeah.
Or 15 to 18 pounds. Yeah, and there was 4 pounds in each
thing, so...
18.
Yeah.
Am I right? Nah, 4, 8...
12, 16.
Was it
So, was it £16?
No, it was definitely 18. I don't know.
So was it 5 bombs?
Maybe. I can't remember. It was it was like I said, it was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
But anyway, he figured it out.
Right.
And it was like, you lot of fucking idiots. Because then he gave them the 3 bombs, or 4 bombs, or how many. Gave them the bombs, and they thought they got them all. They're like, yeah, we got them. And they let the terrorist go. He killed himself. He was like, there was 4, or how many?
Yeah.
Ever. And at the end, you just see this last bomb tick down.
Oh shit!
Honestly, it's fucking brilliant. It's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
I really highly suggest.
I'll have to give that a go.
Yeah, because there's one bit he brings like this bloke's kids in. And
yeah.
Everything. And they're like, nah, he wouldn't. He was like, no, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. Locks the door and he starts like fucking getting them all tied.
Yeah.
He was like, this is the only way for him to give us
talk.
everything.
Yeah.
And they got him out and everything. That's when he terrorist killed.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's so good. So
I just can't picture Michael Sheen playing a terrorist.
He does it incredibly. Incredibly.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you haven't seen it, Unthinkable.
Decent. I'll have to give that a go.
Oh, it's fantastic. Samuel L. Jackson is the GOAT.
Yeah. Does he say motherfucker?
Probably.
Yeah.
The thing is...
Where the bombs, motherfucker?
Yeah. The thing is, it's like... He could say it, but because he says it that much, you just don't think about it.
No,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? But it's because at the start, like, they think he's a terrorist.
All right.
Because it's like everything's wiped off.
Yeah.
It's because he's in hiding. Because of what he's had to do.
Yeah.
Being this interrogator and everything. Like, Al-Qaeda, like, all these other
Yeah,
terrorist
he's got
groups are after him.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And they go and get him. And he's got 2 FBI agents tied up.
Yeah.
And, like, fucking, like... What are you doing? They bring him in, and it's like, righto, you're him, man.
Yeah,
it's such. I might have to watch it again.
Yeah,
it's
I'm going
so
to give that
good.
a go. What was that? Yeah. So yeah, in this daily briefing alone, Bin Laden was mentioned 40 times. The CIA director was said in the summer of 2001 when it come to Al-Qaeda and an attack on US soil, the system was blinking red. But again, they knew fuck all.
Yeah.
In May 2001, an intelligence report stated operatives may hijack airplanes. The FAA issued a circular to airlines of a heightened increase of potential hijackings. In June 2001, the FAA issued another circular stating of a currently active terrorist group known to plan and train for hijackings as well as build explosives and conceal them in luggage. But again, they knew fuck all! Between 1991 and 2001, NORAD had issued training exercises to deal with hijackings. The National Reconnaissance Office, who controls the US spy satellites, even was planning an exercise in which an aircraft would crash into a building. That exercise took place on September 11th, 2001. But again, this big-eared dumb cunt knows fuck all.
It is actually comical.
Yeah.
Like, it is horrendous.
Yeah.
Like, the tragedy. Like, they owe every one of them victims a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
They owe them everything.
Yeah. 100%.
There's families that have been absolutely decimated of what happened that day. And they owe them everything.
Yeah.
And they're just pretending like they didn't know anything
fuck
about
all.
it when they knew about it for fucking
Years.
years.
This exercise also took place a few miles from Dulles Airport, which is exactly where American Flight 77 took off from, the plane that crashed into the Pentagon. Like, come on, man!
I don't believe it. Do you know what I mean?
It gets better. George W. Bush was even warned by former President Bill Clinton that your biggest threat is going to be Bin Laden and Al-Qaeda. In July 2001, the CIA director was so paranoid by intelligence pointing towards an impending attack that they demanded a meeting with the White House with Condoleezza Rice, who was the national security advisor. And even on the morning of 9/11, the CIA director told a US senator these exact words: "I wonder if it has anything to do with this guy taking pilot training but isn't keen on learning how to land." What's more do you need to happen before you realise there's an issue with this?
Yeah.
You thick cunts!
Something is about to happen. And what did Bush do? Went to a school. And started reading stories.
Because he needed to learn how to read, the thick cunt.
Yeah.
The intelligence was that high on the morning of 9/11, the majority of the hijackers themselves were flagged at airports for additional screening. But yet this somehow still happened.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It should not have happened.
No. Like, come on, man.
It should not have happened.
For fuck's sake. But no, that was the build-up, like, pre 9/11. And then obviously I think about everything that I mentioned before, like what happened during the attacks and that.
Yeah.
And that's still the official story. And you're just like, come on, you cunts.
Yeah.
Obviously, what happened afterwards was obviously the commission report, which is where I'll go into now. So after the attacks, many people obviously questioned, how did this happen? However, the Bush administration used the attacks to immediately push their agenda to go into the full-scale invasion of Iraq.
And in a way, it had nothing to do with Iraq.
Well, no, that's the best thing.
Iraq is just sitting there like, cool, that's bad. What's happening? Wait, what's happening?
Yeah. In fact, Bush administration counter-terrorism czar Richard Clarke stated that when he went into the White House immediately after 9/11, he was expecting everyone to figure out what had happened and how do we prevent it from happening again. Instead, what he found was the Bush administration trying to take advantage of this tragedy to promote their agenda of Iraq and trying to find anything that linked them to Saddam Hussein.
He was a bad bastard.
Yeah.
He was a bad bastard. But he had nothing
Fuck all to do with this. On September 15th, 2001, the Bush administration argued that Iraq was ultimately the source of the terrorist problem and therefore should be attacked. So during this time, the loved ones of the victims of 9/11 are constantly asking how and why did this happen, and they was ignored at every turn.
Yeah.
The Bush administration constantly stated that bin Laden caught America off guard. However, by winter 2003, 2/3 of America knew this was a lie and demanded the truth about the government's intelligence failings. Well, the initial effort to investigate 9/11 was a joint commission led by Senator Bob Graham and Congressman Porter Goss. However, Vice President Dick Cheney didn't want anyone looking into the failures of that day, to the point he even called the Senate Majority Leader Tom Daschle and told him the leaders of the war on terror would be too busy to get bogged down in preparing for and testifying in front of the committees. He even said, if you insist, we'll say you're interfering with the war effort.
So he's blackmailed him.
Yeah. Again, come on.
Fucking.
But I just love it. It's like, yeah, so you've had all these reports. Yeah, Al-Qaeda are planning something, Bush. I know. Oh, cool. Like, they're training planes and that. They're going to fly them into buildings. I know. That's nice. We've had multiple reports saying they're going to attack US. Like, Bin Laden himself has declared war on the US. And then the 9/11 happens. It's like, so you're telling me this whole thing is because of Saddam Hussein? Like, are you a dickhead? Are you dizzy blood? Do you know what I mean? Come on. Fuck. You would be like that if you was just sitting in the office just like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Just walk out.
Yeah. You'd be like, oh.
Just staring into deep space. It's like, what are you thinking of? Just every way I would fucking hurt you right now.
Yeah. For fuck's sake.
But yeah, so he said, if you insist, we'll say we are interfering with the war effort. However, the committee moved forward regardless. Fair play. They just went, fuck you lot, we're doing it. On June 19th, 2002, they discovered that the NSA had intercepted messages from Al-Qaeda the day before 9/11 stating, the match begins tomorrow and tomorrow is 0 day. Didn't warn anyone. Just, oh yeah, they said that actually. Oh, should we tell anyone? Nah.
That's nothing. It's just a football match.
Yeah. It blatantly states, the match. Duh.
And Bin Laden was an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
He had a box and everything, a hybrid, which is mad.
Mad. Somebody sat next to him and was like, oh yeah, good old Aussie.
Yeah.
Osman.
Hey, good old boy.
He just committed 9/11. Nah, not old Osman. He was sad.
Yeah.
He was the one who started that. What do you think of Tottenham chant?
But as an Arsenal fan, do you know how, like, not embarrassing, but like, oh my god, the greatest terrorist, the biggest terrorist of our generation.
Supported your club.
Yeah, and had a private
You got
box.
a cannon, didn't you? That's why he loved it.
Yeah, Gunners, yeah.
And called the Gunners. It's like, oh.
It does make sense,
yeah,
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
If there was a team with the nickname the Bombers, he probably would have supported them.
Yeah. Yeah, oh no. You don't want to be associated with that.
It's like someone's chanting, what do you think of Tottenham? And he just chants out, blow them all up. Wait, what?
Yeah. What do you think of Tottenham? Allahu Akbar!
He's just like, wait, what? Who said that?
Yeah, but the thing is, back then, you wouldn't really thought about it.
No.
And now, if someone ever says that, it's like, oh shit, yeah, run.
Yeah. Someone in the 9/11 committee leaked this information to the news, and the CNN even reported it. And in retaliation, the Bush administration came down hard on the committee and released the FBI onto them. Well, during this time, many of the victims of the loved ones demanded an independent commission, including George Bush and including George Bush's political president rival, John McCain.
Yeah.
Fearing of more political blowback, George Bush agreed to this. However, he also managed to strap down this commission at the same time. His allies in Congress gave the commission weak subpoena power and limited them to a strict 18-month timeline. He also gave them a budget of just $3 million, which is nothing considering they gave 11 times more funds to investigate Russia. So you've just had the biggest terrorist attack on your back door.
Well, yeah.
And you've given them...
Well, not back door, in your living room.
Yeah. Given them next to no money and given them an 18-month deadline. You'd be like, I don't care if this thing costs £1 billion in a decade. Figure out what's going on. Unless you got something to hide, old bushy boy. You nonce.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it. He was too busy on Epstein's Island,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
It wouldn't shock me if it comes out that he was on there. It
I
really
think
wouldn't.
it has come out he was on there.
Yeah, no, don't shock me.
Bill Clinton was on there as well.
Yeah, no, don't shock me.
Yeah, but I'm
So
pretty
maybe
sure.
Bin Laden was doing a good thing. He just wanted to blow up the nonsense.
Yeah, but it's the way he went about it.
Yeah, he could have got. Yeah, he could have done different, but
Yeah.
his heart was in the right place. Can't say that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'll give you this time just to make amends
Yeah,
for what
I'm
you just
sorry.
said.
I'm sorry. Fuck it. He's dead anyway. What's he gonna do?
Or is he?
Well, he might not be.
Because that's a conspiracy. Isn't
Yeah.
it? Like, is Bin Laden actually dead? Because no one ever actually
Saw the
his
body.
They just saw a bin bag get
Yeah.
stuffed in the sea.
Yeah.
And it looked a lot like just like a CPR doll.
Yeah. The Bush administration even appointed the head of the commission, which was a man called Henry Kissinger. Kissinger had served as a national security advisor under Richard Nixon, and he was responsible for pushing the massive expansion of the Vietnam War, including the secret bombings of Cambodia and Laos, as well as Indonesia's invasion of Timor, and even the Bangladesh genocide in 1971, leaving many people to refer to him as a war criminal.
Well, yeah.
And you've got him in charge of the 9/11 Commission. Well, in 2002, he was running a lucrative consulting business called Kissinger Associates. Well, upon hearing some of his client list, the loved ones of the 9/11 victims asked to meet with him. They came into his office and apparently the heating was turned up really, really high, which is a well-known manipulation strategy, where if you make a room uncomfortably hot, the discomfort puts pressure on the other negotiation party, making concessions more quickly to leave the room more quickly. However, the loved ones didn't budge.
Nah. Fucking, yeah.
One of the victims even asked Kissinger, does he represent any of the Bin Laden family or any Saudi royals?
Go on, boy.
He apparently got flustered and even went to pick up a cup and dropped it on the table upon hearing this. So he's already bottled it.
Yeah.
After this, the very next day, he resigned from his post as commission leader.
Well, you might as well have just said, yeah.
Yeah, just like that. So, do you represent anyone? Oh, I quit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Well, he's hiding something, isn't he?
Yeah, he's obviously a crook.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like with Bush, has he been tried for war crimes?
No.
But I remember he was going to be.
He was going to be, yeah.
Him and Tony Blair, weren't
yeah, but I don't think anything come of it.
Let us say, I'm not defending Saddam Hussein in the slightest, because he was a bastard. He
Yeah.
was a horrible man.
But when it comes to 9/11, he had fuck all to do with it.
And I'm pretty sure as well with Iraq, Al Qaeda could never set foot in there.
No.
Because Saddam Hussein killed him.
Yeah.
He was like, no.
Yeah, fuck you
But as
lot.
soon as Saddam Hussein got caught and hung,
That's when
they took
Iraq
over,
just,
didn't
yeah.
they?
Well, afterwards, the Bush administration appointed New Jersey Governor Tom Keene to lead the commission, but basically told him what to say or do.
Right, so he weren't in charge.
No, of course he wasn't. Tom Keene himself even admitted that the commission was designed to fail.
Mm-hmm. Well, obviously.
Yeah. In 2003, Tom Keene appointed Philip Zelikow to run the commission as its executive director. The release describes Zelikow as a man of high stature who distinguished himself as an academician, lawyer, and author. What it didn't state is that Zelikow was a member of the Bush administration. It also didn't mention his ties to Condoleezza Rice, who at her behest authorised a policy paper championing preemptive invasions, which solidified both their roles in the invasion of Iraq. Come on! Surely somebody had
It's
to
got
have...
to the point they're not even hiding
No,
it anymore.
but surely someone had to have looked at this and gone, we might be shooting ourselves in the foot here. We ought to sort of change the things
Shooting
here and
themselves
there.
in the foot. They've just gone up and down their whole
Yeah.
entire body. They just split them in half.
So once again, many people believed he was appointed to prevent the commission from revealing the truth. In fact, Zelikow's first move was to pre-write the headings and the subheadings of the entire commission report before any of the facts were in.
Right.
His second move was to give himself total control of the hiring process. He also restricted access to documents, divided the staff into separate teams, and closely supervised Team 3, which was the team that dealt with classified information from the White House and the CIA. He also had a secret agreement with the Justice Department to block access to files of the congressional inquiry until the White House had a chance to review them first. So they are literally doing everything in their fucking power to keep their noses clean.
Yeah. It's all a bit fucking...
Yeah. The final commission report also had 61 states of finding no evidence of certain claims about 9/11. And the reason it had no evidence is because they didn't even bother to look for it.
Right.
And obviously, if you put no evidence, you're not technically lied. There is no evidence because you haven't looked for the fucking evidence.
No. Or you have got, you just kept under lock and key.
Yeah. When the counter-terrorism group gave their report to Zelikow, he even added sentences that tried to link Al-Qaeda to Iraq to suggest the terror network had been in communication with Saddam Hussein. However, these sentences were removed after staffers alerted the commission about them. And even though the official commission still mentions Iraq and Saddam Hussein 8 times, even though its report is of 9/11, which had nothing to do with either of them. So again, this whole thing is literally a major thing of problem, reaction, solution. We want to invade Iraq. How do we do it? We let these fuckers bomb the World Trade Centers. Yeah. We've got our reason.
Yeah.
So take everything like that and combine it with everything that I said in the first episode. Can you honestly believe the official story is true? It's ridiculous.
No. It is like, the thing is, because I remember they always there's always that conspiracy that Bush did 9/11.
Yeah.
I don't think he done 9/11.
No. I think he allowed it to happen, though.
Yeah. Osama bin Laden was always going to do it.
Yeah.
He was always that key figure. Like, in a way, America had nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was in Bush's eyes, it was a happy accident for them to go to war with Iraq.
100%.
Even though why they wanted to go to war with Iraq, I don't know. I think
as a matter of fact, I don't think any of the hijackers themselves were from Iraq.
No.
There was from, I think, like Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Sudan, Yemen, and Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with Iraq.
No. I think the only thing he wanted, the major thing with Iraq was because didn't Saddam Hussein he said he had weapons of
mass destruction, which was obviously bollocks. But
yeah. But that was the whole reason why he wanted to.
Yeah.
But he couldn't get that passed.
No.
And then as soon as 9/11 happened,
it was like, well, we can't have this. We've got to invade Iraq.
And people were so irate and
they just wanted someone's head.
Yeah, and devastated, which is completely understandable.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And if you've got someone say, yeah, we know who's behind this, we know it's Iraq behind this.
Yeah.
They're going to say, yeah, right, fuck them up.
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous.
When now it's all happened and the dust has settled in a sense, and you actually look back at it, it's like, actually, Iraq had nothing to do with this.
No.
And then you get like that guilt. It's like, oh my God, what have we done?
Yeah. And look what everything that's
late.
happened since then as well. With obviously the invasion of Iraq and Afghanistan and all that.
Yeah,
the rise of ISIS and all of that
Yeah.
shit. It all stemmed from that.
Yeah.
All because these fuckers was that hungry to go to Iraq that they allowed the biggest terrorist attack in history to happen.
Yeah.
It's just they don't even try and cover their own ends.
No.
But it's like, how's nobody been charged with this shit? Or at least taken a trial?
Yeah. Because the thing is, at the minute, like with everything what you've read out and everything, like it is evidence, but it's circumstantial.
Yeah.
You can't charge someone circumstantial.
But it's just like
hearsay,
on.
Isn't it?
Yeah. It's
even though what you said is the truth, probably.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's 100%, but the scheme of it is that sounds the most likely.
Yeah.
It sounds like the most logical.
Yeah, yeah.
But because it's just you know what I mean?
It is just because logical. There's no one that's actually got the bare concrete
And sadly,
facts.
with that,
can't do fuck all about it.
These people, these absolute fucking evil people,
but even,
are going to get away with it.
Even like during the time though, when he's come out and said, "Oh, we knew nothing about it," people that was in the office and that, and not necessarily in the Bush administration, but people that knew this shit, like the CIA leaders and that, is like, surely they had to have come forward and said, "We sent you countless reports saying this was going to happen."
Yeah, but the thing is that unless they get the okay from that man in the Oval Office, they can't do fuck
nothing. All. Oh,
because if they go against it, it's treason.
Yeah. But then, like I said, everything beforehand, and then everything I mentioned in the first 9/11 episode about the attackers itself, and then all of the things that happened afterwards. It's like, how can anyone seriously look at the official story and say that is 100% what happened?
Thing is, no, I don't think anyone does.
No.
And if you do, I think have a look again, because you might look deluded.
Take your head out of the sand.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
It is just the biggest tragedy and the most avoidable
unnecessary,
tragedy.
yeah.
And it was avoidable.
Yeah. They knew from 97 that this was going to be a risk.
And now, there is
weeks. Sorry to cut you off, but
go on.
Weeks beforehand, and you're getting letters and memos and fucking. Do you know what I mean? Everything like this saying it's coming. What more do you need to happen before you do something about this? Even on the fucking day that majority of them got flagged for extra screening and still managed to make it on the plane.
Yeah.
What do you fucking mean?
All them people have just died for nothing.
For nothing.
They was used as pawns in a bigger play.
100%. And instead of fucking saying, he come out and said the stereotypical script that was written for him about, it's a tragedy, we can't have this, we will avenge them, blah, blah, blah. And all of the time you're thinking in the back of your mind, Iraq.
Yeah.
I fucking finally
I've got it.
Yeah. And then that's even more people that died, like obviously in the invasion of Iraq and Afghanistan and shit like that. All those necessary soldiers.
All those soldiers.
Died.
The soldiers
for what?
and the innocents.
Exactly.
In these countries that have probably been butchered because being caught in the crossfire or whatever.
And then everything that's happened since then. With, like I said, the rise of ISIS and all the terrorist attacks they've committed and all that shit.
Yeah.
All stemmed because two men, technically, but Clinton and Bush, done fuck all when they had the chance.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why I said before, hate him all you want, that would have never happened with Trump.
No. 9/11 would have never happened under Trump.
No.
Because he would have had that and he'd be like, right, fucking get him.
Yeah. And a lot...
all them chances to kill Bin Laden, it would have been like, do it.
Yeah, let's have it. And you got to give it to Obama.
That's what I was about to say. Regardless of what you think of his presidential, he did it.
Yeah. He was like...
when he took Bin Laden down, was such a major risk because obviously it was in Pakistan and they was obviously friendly with them and it was like you're invading their country technically and you haven't got congressional approval and anything like that, but it's like this is too good of an opportunity to miss. It could have backfired majorly. It nearly even did with the helicopter crash. Just so much could have gone wrong.
Yeah, my suggestion is watch Zero Dark Thirty.
Yeah.
What a film.
It is so good.
So underrated, I believe.
Yeah.
Because the woman that in it, because it's based on a real woman, she was a killer. She was brilliant.
Just devoted her whole life to finding this one man.
And and the thing, it is, like, it's it sounds a bit off topic, but it's not. Because we was talking beforehand, like how I miss fishing. And you hear, like, say you're at a lake and there's like the legend of the lake.
Yeah, you want the big fucker. Yeah.
And you go there every day, every week or whatever, and you think today's the day I'm gonna get it. Today's the get, and then you get it, and it's like, now what? And I imagine she was the same. She
must have had like an emotional fucking breakdown afterwards.
Yeah, because having just that focus, that thing that gets you out of bed every day, you are hunting this man down.
Especially when you look at the whole thing with like Zero Dark 30, where you had obviously the beginning obviously was 9/11 and then
7/7.
Yeah, you had 7/7. You had all the bits like with when she's interviewing and interrogating terrorists in Guantanamo Bay, and that attack on, I can't think what the base was called, but the CIA base.
Oh, yeah.
Where they managed to get hold, where they thought they were actually getting somewhere, and it turns out, no, it was Al-Qaeda.
Yeah,
saying,
he gets out of the car, and he
blows it up. Her getting shot at when she's coming out of the apartment. Do you know what I mean? Everything that happened to her, and it didn't even deter her once.
No. If anything, it made her
fight more.
Yeah.
And then you finally get that approval. Like, you think, oh my God, he's there. And even then, they took a shot in the dark because they said, I remember in the film, they said, it screams bad guy, but it doesn't scream Bin Laden.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I'm telling you, that is him.
Yeah.
And
if you was going to trust anyone, it was her.
It was her.
And then they get it. But then it's the whole thing, like, they got him. Geronimo.
Yeah.
Which is so sick.
Yeah.
Which is so sick. Geronimo. They got him. Bring him back, and she's now looking at this corpse at Bin Laden's corpse.
Yeah.
You know, not wearing a fucking tinfoil hat, but you know, there is a conspiracy about it.
Yeah.
And think, what now? I've done it.
Yeah.
How can I go
Especially
back to a
looking
normal
like
life?
it must be so weird looking at him, thinking I spent my entire life,
Yeah, my
devoted
working
to
life
finding
looking for
you, and now I've got you.
Yeah,
How can you go back to just any other fucking
you
CIA
can't.
case job after?
Yeah,
Even if you want to find, I know he was dead long before, but let's say, like for argument's sake, your next task was finding Pablo Escobar.
Yeah,
It wouldn't hit the same.
no. And as well, but it explains it as well, because it's not just like with her, but it's like a lot with military. Like, you seen the Hurt Locker?
Yeah.
He couldn't get back to a normal life.
No. So many
American
of them can't.
Sniper.
American Sniper.
They just can't. They've spent their whole life with that adrenaline and,
Yeah.
that drive.
And once it's gone, it's gone. It's
Yeah.
just
They just can't. They can't.
can't go back to reality.
No. And it's so.
It's
absolutely tragic.
Yeah, especially when you see why so many soldiers do end up with PTSD and
Yeah,
shit.
100%.
And they just can't revert back into normal life.
No. And it's so. And even further back, like with World War II, I always remember my old man telling me, like with his dad, my granddad was a desert rat.
Right.
He was chasing Rommel.
Yeah.
And he said, like, when you come back, like, try to come back to, like, he thought, like, they thought, he's all right, like, he's come back and lived a normal life. But when it thundered, he'd sweat.
Yeah.
He'd sit there and sweat. And it was that is PTSD, part of PTSD.
Yeah.
He had a low side of it, I'd say. But yeah, when stuff like that happens,
Yeah. So my great granddad, he didn't fight in the war, but he was one of the, I can't remember what they were called, but you know, like, he was a farmer. So it was one of them that like provides and I think he actually did
like, in a way, like a key worker.
Yeah.
Like
I can't think what they called him, because he also did something for the
like Dad's Army kind of thing.
No, it was, I think he made like some of the clothing or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He did something along them lines. But even he was saying, when you'd hear the fucking, because obviously even the small towns that we live in, they still had the air raid sirens kick off, and he just thought every time that the sirens kicked off, and he just think, because he's such a valuable thing for the country right now, there's a high chance I could get bombed here.
Yeah.
It's just that weird thought of not even being in the army itself.
My great granddad didn't have to go to war.
No.
Because my great granddad, he had a haulage firm, and he wanted my great granddad to stay back to drive the lorry.
Yeah.
You know, in that way, he didn't have to go.
go.
But he was like, nah, all my mates are going.
I'm fucking going.
I'm going.
Yeah.
And he ended up going to the desert in Africa.
Yeah.
Chasing Rommel, which is sick as fuck.
But it's like, it's so weird when you think about it, because like, you've got obviously World War II, which was obviously the biggest conflict ever.
Yeah.
And all the fucked up shit that happened. But I think I'd be more comfortable in that war than I would now. Going to war now.
Yeah.
Because like, when I think
yeah.
of like the wars in Afghanistan and that, when you think you got a lot of IEDs and shit, they didn't have to worry about that shit back then.
Well, no, but you had bombs.
I know you had bombs and I know it was still a
I know
fucked up
what
scenario.
you're saying though.
But you didn't really have to.
Didn't have drones.
No,
drones.
and shit like that, and like worry about every step you take and just hear that.
Yeah.
You think, well, I'm done.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's so weird.
I know what you're saying.
Like, it's still fucked up, and you still wouldn't want to be in it.
No,
but it's
back
just,
then it was man versus man.
Man.
Now it's man
versus machine.
Yeah. No, I get it exactly. I do get what you're saying, but like, but so going back like to like with
with
Zero Dark 30 and that but it was just the whole setup. Like they went to Area 51.
Yeah.
So they had to get past the grey aliens.
And
look at these are one of they were two of these special helicopters. One of them fucking played up.
But I just love how it all come about though. Like with the whole premise of the film, like obviously the one that they were interviewed at the beginning was the nephew of Khaled Sheikh Mohammed, who was the 9/11 engineer. He created the plot and everything. And it all led to that, what was his name? Abu Ahmed, who turned out to have been Bin Laden's courier.
Yeah.
Who was living in the same compound as him.
And
just how they tracked him for years, and as soon as they found him, they found Bin Laden pretty much straight away.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, they never could, because when they had that compound, they put them. There was some sort of palm tree or something.
Yeah.
That
It was perfectly designed to hide him.
yeah.
Because they even said, didn't they? He never leaves the compound. If he needs to walk out and get fresh air, he walks under the vine groves and shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at with it. And they can't get heat signature out of
Yeah.
him. It was like, it was designed for him.
Yeah.
For someone who
Perfect
wants to
for
disappear.
him. Yeah.
Because for years they all thought he was in a cave.
But like she put it perfect, didn't she? You can't run a fucking global terrorist network from a cave.
No.
Like, signal. You aren't going to get it.
Yeah,
so
that is it. So then when they found it was I could see it from the uppers, like from the higher ups. It's like it's too perfect.
yeah.
You might have got a general
Yeah.
or something of him.
But it might not be him.
No.
And especially because it was in Pakistan and they finally got diplomatic relationships with them.
Yeah.
You can then boil that, shoot all that in the air.
Yeah, like you say,
if it isn't him.
Yeah.
Do you know
when
what I
that
mean?
helicopter's
crashed, you're like, oh,
and
we're
all
fucked.
the rest of the fucking town
Started getting there, yeah.
and it's just like, well,
We're
undercover's fucked now. And then
because I
love.
Are you seen like the documentary of Obama talking about it, and they're all in like the war room watching it happen,
Yeah.
and you could just see the fear in their faces, thinking this could go so bad,
Yeah.
so quick. It's just like, oh, I still remember that clear as day, waking up that morning,
Yeah.
and just seeing Bin Laden dead.
Yeah.
It's just like, wait, what?
Yeah. And Obama come out.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've successfully captured and killed.
Osama Bin Laden.
And if you see it was like a podcast or something. I mean, the only podcast you need to listen to is that.
yeah.
But it's one. It is. I think it was either him who killed Bin Laden or one of them who was there, and it's just how they got to him.
Yeah.
And it's just like it gives me goosebumps every time.
I just love how they lured his son in as well.
Yeah.
Where Khalid, bang.
Yeah.
Just
Pop, pop.
the second he popped his head round, it's just gone.
Yeah. That's how he done it, weren't it?
Yeah.
Like,
Because the one I've seen the podcast of the bloke who shot Bin Laden, and it was the guy in front of him who killed his son.
Yeah.
And nobody rehearsed how to lead him out. He just started saying it.
Yeah.
And when he came out, he was like, "Oh, you clever bastard!"
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
but that's the thing, because he's just saying, why would the enemy be just like called?
Yeah, say my name. Yeah,
it just seems too like.
Yeah, it would have been like if someone's hunting us and we was Hids, and I was like, Ed.
Yeah,
you would naturally be like, yeah.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah.
And they done the same with Bin Laden.
Yeah.
Osama.
Bang.
Yeah, but the thing is, the fucking coward hid behind one of his wives.
Wives.
You know, and I think they shot her, didn't they?
No, I don't think so.
I don't-
No,
Oh,
because
no.
they would have been done for.
Yeah. Or I think he like pushed her.
Yeah, push. and he just sort of.
Went to grab the AK and then bang, bang,
Yeah.
bang.
But then even that, after all of that, right, his missus got pushed in front. She still stood by his side, saying, giving him a different name and everything, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that was
like,
it. It was only
they
it
were
was the
committed.
Kid, weren't it?
Yeah,
it was the kid. 'Cause kids don't.
they can't lie,
They don't lie.
or if they do, you can fucking spot it like a mile off.
And it was like, is that Sam?
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
What I mean?
Is
I
that
think they're like,
It's like,
got him,
yeah,
Geronimo.
yeah.
Oh.
The sigh of relief, like everyone, like the president and that must have felt.
Yeah.
Hearing that, Geronimo just.
Thing is, I'd have still been tense until them boys got out.
Yeah.
When they got
Yeah.
out and got back to base, then it's just like,
And breathe.
yeah. Because even then, they were like trying to like build G'd up.
Yeah.
Like, yes, we got him. They're like, no, get him.
Yeah. Like even blow up the helicopter that crashed and
Yeah.
shit. It's just like, because they can't leave anything.
No, but they like took all the tapes and
Everything,
any
yeah.
bit of evidence they could. They was like, get it all, get it all. We've got like, it was like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And everyone.
Oh yeah, because the Pakistani Air Force started coming in, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they just managed to get out in time.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh.
That was skin of your teeth.
Yeah, talk about cutting it fine.
Yeah.
Jesus wept.
But no, at the end, and they did get him.
Yeah.
But I just don't get, right? I know like, it's the whole like human rights thing and everything like that. Why didn't they just show his face, his body?
Yeah.
Like, to give the world, because they didn't, it gave everyone that conspiracy.
Yeah,
he might not
be dead.
If
Where
they
if you just showed the body.
yeah, you'd have got a bit of
Yeah.
backlash. But it's like, well, we've proved it.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah.
What he's done.
Yeah. Like, I can imagine Donald Trump just sitting there with Bin Laden's head
Yeah.
on the fucking desk in the Oval Office, and Jim just sitting back going,
yeah. But just like to prove it, we have got the man.
yeah.
But then just dumping his body at sea.
See, they apparently gave him respectable burial at sea.
Yeah.
Because comedian Kevin Bridges, he had me in tears. He's like, there's no way they gave him a fucking respectable burial. He said, I can picture them on that ship, fucking grilling burgers, Guns N' Roses is on, and then riding Bin Laden's body on the back of the ship like a fucking banana boat. It's just like that. Hey, Bobby Joe, stick the flag in his asshole. I'm going to send a picture to my mama. I'm teabagging Bin Laden, mama.
That's to say, he has been public enemy number one.
Yeah.
All our lives till he got caught.
Well, the only one that you can really link to him from well, not our generation, but the biggest name that you think terrorist threat other than him is Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know you had Colonel Gaddafi and you had, like, Osama bin Laden and Fidel Castro and all of these lot. But the two biggest are Adolf Hitler and Osama bin Laden. No one's coming close to them two.
Not really, no.
Even Jihadi John didn't even get that fucking come up.
No, exactly. Because, well, Jihadi John was just an executioner.
Yeah.
Prick.
He come from the UK, didn't he?
Yeah, he was
Because you remember that? I remember watching this Channel 4 documentary called Jihadis Next Door, and they interviewed him just before he fled to Syria.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and one of the other sympathisers, they obviously were careful what they said and that, sent the bloke who was doing the documentary a message of Jihadi John talking with the balaclava on and that, and he said, you may recognise the voice. And then when they put two and two together, like,
Yeah.
cross-referenced it, they realised it was the bloke they interviewed right at the beginning.
Oh, my God.
It's just
Fucking
like,
hell.
fucking Jesus Christ.
He was a bastard. Well,
Scumbag, they fucking got him.
They blew him up.
Yeah.
But
it just, again, everything we've just mentioned, all stemmed from these dickheads
just didn't
not acting when they had the chance.
Yeah. Like I say, thing is, right, Bin Laden could still be alive. I mean, he was old dead, but...
Yeah, he was an old boy. He was in his 60s, man.
Yeah, but he could have still been alive if they got him in the 90s because they'd have arrested him.
Even afterwards with the invasion into Tora Bora, where they nearly got him. And they fucking managed to let him slip. It's like, come on, man.
He was a slippery bugger.
Yeah.
But no, he got his comeuppance. But let's say it just, you don't matter what we say, like the soldiers, the heroes, and everything. The thing is, it still didn't need to happen.
And the official story can't be true. Obviously, I'm not saying this is right, everything else is wrong. There probably are parts of the official story that can be true. But there's some major fucking plot holes in it.
Yeah.
If this was written down as a TV show, you'd look at it and go, well, how's that happen? That's bollocks.
Yeah,
bollocks,
this don't
bollocks,
make
bollocks.
sense.
Yeah, exactly.
You turn it off after episode
Yeah.
one.
She'll be like, nah, bullshit.
Yeah. This ain't believable.
No, but yet it's real world, and people are just like, yeah. And the sad reality is, the longer it goes on, the less chance of the truth ever coming out.
Yeah, exactly.
And the official whole truth will never come out, because look what they've done right after it to cover it.
Yeah.
The longer, we're now 24 years later.
And they're still picking bits out.
And they're still picking bits out.
But no, but really, Clinton and Bush should be stood on trial and hung in front of the American people.
Yeah. 100%.
For the crimes they have committed to the American people. Not to just people in Iraq or anyone, but to the Americans who they used as pawns in their game.
Sick little game.
They should be hung, drawn and quartered.
Yep, 100%. But
that's how a democracy works.
Yeah. But I think that's about me done. So, Ed, what are we doing next week?
Well, I have had a thought.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to do another cryptid, I think.
Okay.
Because I've done the demons last week, and I would like to do another one on different demons, but, I don't want to just
Demon.
Yeah. So, we're going to Australia.
Oh, g'day, mate.
Yeah. And I want to talk... It is a cryptid I knew about from when I was young, but never really thought much about.
Right.
It's called the bunyip.
The bunyip can.
Yeah, the bunyip. It is meant to be a semi-aquatic cryptid, what the Aborigines feared, and it was a man-eater.
Oh, okay. What was it, like a mammal, fish, crocodile thing?
There's so many different variations.
Right.
Some people think it's like a semi-aquatic cat. Some think it's like
Oh, mind you, I suppose a jaguar was a semi-aquatic cat, isn't it?
Yeah, in a way. It's like, could it just be a crocodile? Could it be something else?
Yeah.
Could it be something completely fantastical?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I will do the bunyip.
Decent. But no, hope you have enjoyed this episode. And if you want to find more on us, Ed, where can they find us?
Well, you can find us on Facebook, which is Mr. Mysteries in black and white. You can follow us on Instagram, which is Mr. Mysteries _. Not the word underscore, the actual underline thing. You can follow us on X, which is Mr. Mysteries 1. You can follow us on TikTok and my personal favourite platform, which is Mr. Mysteries 10. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mr. Mysteries, but due to it with the algorithms, it's a bugger to find. So go to our other socials, click the link, and you will find our YouTube. And with that, after you subscribed, you will get to see our faces every week. Hello. And on the YouTube is where we release our hunts, interviews, and reacts when we do them. So, yeah, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. You can email us, and that could be theories. What are your theories?
Is Bush a bumperclap?
Yeah, did Bush do it? Did Bush let it happen for his gain? Or are we just talking with tinfoil hats on and the original story is genuine? Which it's not.
No.
You know, if that's what you believe, if you could put on a good theory why you believe that, we will listen.
If you just come out and say, nah, that's bullshit, I'm going to call you a pussyhole.
You've heard it here first. Few suggestions, what you'd like to hear from the podcast. Would you like more cryptid stuff? Would you like more conspiracy? Would you want another serial killer? Do you want more about demons or whatever? If you would like to collab with us, and that could be doing hunts, we could go on a hunt, it could be a cryptid, ghost, whatever. Excuse me. If you want us to go on a podcast of your choosing, or if you would like to come onto our podcast, please let us know. If you would like merch, which none of us wear. We're really bad at that.
Yeah.
I need to find my hoodie. I haven't seen it in
Might
ages.
a new one, different colour. Might get a grey one.
Oh, if you do, get me a green one.
Yeah, sell us. What, bottle green or?
Like moss green.
Alright, cool.
Come on. Oh, if you get one like this, that'd be fucking sick.
I'll see what I can do.
Oh, lovely. I'd never take it off. What else? If you've got any complaints or criticisms or praises, which we prefer, of our podcast, if you just want to chat, fuck it. And that's mrmysteries10@gmail.com. I'm pretty sure that is everything.
Yep.
God, how long-winded that was this week. Josh,
yes.
Where can they listen to us?
Well, even though you already are, if you're fast listening on another platform or all of them, you can find us on Podbean, Spotify, Amazon, Samsung, Podchaser, Play FM, and iHeartRadio.
Fantastic.
So no, that covers another part of 9/11. Thank you very much for watching or listening or both, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Happy hunting. Oh, you made a mess of yourself, mate.